Good morning, students. Today we will learn about revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. This is our fourth point we are discussing when the change in the profit sharing ratio among the existing partners. So we will revaluate all the assets and liabilities. See how we'll pass the journal entries. So asset will increase or it will decrease. So when the asset will decrease, it will be debited individually. Suppose the furniture as a asset increase the value. Earlier the value was 5,000 and now it is increased it is increased to 8,000. So the value of asset is increased. The furniture account debit to revaluation account by 3,000. In the same manner, if the value of asset is decreased, asset will be credited. Opposite to it, increase in the amount of liability, revaluation account is debited and liability account is credited. And in case of decrease in the liability, that liability will be debited again to revaluation account. Any asset which is unrecorded in the records, then unrecorded asset account debit to revaluation account. Unrecorded liability, then it will be credited in the account. After passing all the adjustments in the revaluation account, we will get our net gain or net loss. In the debit side, we will get our gain, and in the credit side, we will get a net loss, which will be distributed among the partners' capital account. See, expenses on reconstitution of the firm. Any expenses which will be borne by the partners, then it will be credited to the concerned partner account. If the revaluation expenses are borne by partner B, then revaluation account debit to B's capital account. And when the expenses are incurred and paid by the firm, only then it will be entered in the revaluation account. Then revaluation account debit to cash and bank account. On the basis of these journal entries, we will make this revaluation account. This is the posting of journal to ledger. So on the basis of it, this is revaluation account, debit side and credit side. If the assets are increased, it is on the credit side. Liabilities are decreased on the credit side of the account. Unrecorded asset on the credit side of the account. If you got balancing figure on the credit side of revaluation account, and this is your loss, which will be further divided into the partner's capital account. In the debit side, if the asset is decreased, if the liability is increased, if the unrecorded liability, and if any remuneration is given to the partners, any expenses which is bear by the firm, and this is the balancing figure if it comes to credit side and it is distributed among the partners. So revise this pro forma, understand this pro forma carefully. Now see the example of it. Here we have liabilities and assets, and these are the adjustments given, and then you will pass the journal entries and then revaluation account. I will explain you the revaluation account. First entry, land and building appreciated by 10%. See the land and value of it is of 2 lakh. Sorry, it is 2,60,000. 10% of it increases as it is on credit side. Land and building account debit by increased by 26,000. 10% is increased. Machinery reduced by 15%. Machinery is 1,15,000 because the asset is reduced. 15% of this value will be posted in the debit side. Stock to be increased to 1 lakh. Earlier it was 90,000 and now it increased to 1 lakh. So difference is of 10,000 increase in asset 10,000 on the credit side. Provision for doubtful debts 5% on sundry debtors. That means here we have no provision, but now provision is created, so it is on debit side. Creditors not to claim the due 5,000, not to claim the due. That means now creditors are decreased, so our creditors are not going to claim. That means our creditors are decreased now, so we will post it on the credit side. Now liability decrease, that is why. Claim is on account workman estimated 10,000. Workman compensation reserve will not be posted here. Expenses 2,000 paid by the firm, so expenses bear by the firm will be posted debit side. Now do the total of debit side and do the total of credit side. Credit side is shorter than the debit side, so here we will get the loss of 18,500, which is divided among the partners. Thank you. Hope you will understand. Do all these journal entries as I explained you earlier. Thank you.